In the scorching deserts of ancient Mesopotamia, where the sands whisper forgotten names and the winds howl like lost souls, a demon was born. A being of pestilence and power. His name was Pazuzu. With the wings of a bat, the claws of a lion, and a face twisted in a permanent snarl, Pazuzu was no mere myth. He was feared as the bringer of droughts and plagues. His presence meant famine. His breath carried pestilence. To see a shadow was to know suffering was near. But Pazuzu was not alone. He ruled over the legions of wind demons, spirits that moved unseen, carrying sickness across the lands. In Mesopotamian beliefs, the four winds could bring either prosperity or doom. And Pazuzu? He was the master of the cruelest winds, the scorching, disease-ridden gales that swept through villages, leaving death in their wake. But Pazuzu's story is not as simple as pure malice. In a strange twist of fate, he was also summoned as a protector. Not out of love or devotion, but out of necessity. You see, in the pantheon of darkness, there was one entity that even demons feared, Lamishtu. Lamishtu was a nightmarish goddess, a devourer of children, a terror to expectant mothers. She slithered into homes, clawing at the cribs of the innocent, draining their life before they could even cry for help. And who could stop her? Only Pazuzu. The people of Babylon, Akkad, and Assyria crafted amulets bearing his twisted image, not to ward off Pazuzu himself, but to use his terrifying power against Lamishtu. His own likeness was a shield, a necessary evil against an even darker force. But calling upon Pazuzu was not without risk. To invoke his name was to invite his presence. He could turn from a guardian to a tormentor in the blink of an eye. Those who relied too much on his protection found themselves cursed, haunted by the very being they once prayed to. The legends tell of those who carved his image into stone, only to hear whispers in the night, of those who held his amulets close, only to wake up gasping for air as if unseen hands gripped their throats. But Pazuzu's story does not end in the ancient past. His name resurfaced in the most infamous of ways in horror itself. In 1973, a film was released that would forever etch his name into pop culture, The Exorcist. It was Pazuzu who possessed young Regan McNeil, his name whispered in fear, his image lurking in the darkness. The world learned of his terrifying influence, though few realized that the demon on the screen was not an invention, but a shadow from ancient history. So now you know the story. The demon, the protector, the king of the wind demons. Pazuzu is more than just a horror movie villain. He is an ancient force, a symbol of both destruction and salvation. And now, you must ask yourself, if you were alone in the dark, if you felt an unseen presence lurking just behind you, would you dare to speak his name?